Tell us something you admire about your dad.
I admire the fact that he's strong, but he's gentle, and he knows how to treat his children to make them feel loved, because I know they are. He loves them very much.
Well, I admire my dad. I have all my life. We do things together. We ride bikes together. He's been a great role model in my life.
I loved my daddy's sense of humor, and that's where I got my very weird sense of humor, and I love it.
You know, I think the question would have been easier if you asked me what I didn't admire, because that answers nothing. I mean, he raised 3 kids on his own after Mom left. I mean, he's always set a great example.
What I admired the most about my dad was he was a great tither, and on Sunday mornings he would go over to his dresser and he would always write that check to the church, and he was always very loyal to his church, and he always had time for us kids. One day he even went over and we went and picked up a turtle because there was a flood, and he brought it home and he took care of that turtle. So I always appreciated my dad for the big things and the little things.
Thing I admire about my dad, he's there to help you. Anything you need, he's right there. He's always been there for me, and I know I know he's always there for anybody else that needs him.
Faithful.
Well, what I admired about my dad is he always had a heart for the underdog. He was very sensitive and aware and pretty active whenever he saw something that he thought was unjust. He was there to work for the underdog and the person that he felt was being treated unfairly, and I always did admire that about him.
I appreciate my dad for all the hard work that he's had me do in the past.
All right, what I admired about my father was when I didn't do things exactly right, he would always set me straight and straighten me out, and kept me going and guided in the right direction.
Caring.
He's always quick with a joke.
Dad, I mean, he's, in my opinion, he's the, he's the perfect father. What more can you say?
The thing I admire the most about my father was his ability to make everyone feel special and loved. He also had such a positive outlook on life and always would see the bright side and the happy side of everything. My father also was a wonderful storyteller and loved to tell stories and make people laugh. When he walked into a room, it just lit up. And those are the things I love about my father.
Generous?
Generous.
What I admire most about my dad was his work ethic, his honesty. He had his own business, and remember customers reminiscing, say, your father was always on a trot. He was such a hard worker and trying to give people good value for their money. But it was also the example he set in the way he lived his life that really impressed me.
Kind.
My father was the greatest man that ever could do anything. If you got in trouble, my mother did the whooping, my dad did the talking. But I was a musician, and he would, in his later years in life, he'd be carrying band equipment down from the basement. He was in his 80s. Good man, Christian, loved him, and he worked hard.
He's a real bloke.
I guess the thing that I remember most about my dad is he was just such a hard worker. He had a lot of different jobs, and he was very hard working all the time. So.
He's very hardworking.
I appreciate my dad's ability to find humor in just about anything. He's always found a way to crack a joke.
Wonderful.
Funny.
I just love my dad.
He's always willing to sacrifice for us.
My dad, from an early age, taught me how to see the world from the perspective of a strong Christian. I really admire how he taught me to look at situations from every possible angle and find God in even the worst of situations.
Happy Father's Day, Lane. I just want to tell you how much I've always appreciated you and the fine young man, my husband, that you raised. I see a lot of your values in him, and I've always appreciated that. And just thank you for all you've done for us all these years, and We hope you have a great day. Love you.
I was born late in life to my father. He was 47 when I was born, but he was always very supportive of any aspect, anything that I ever did. And he was always there for me when I needed him, and I do dearly miss him.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. Sorry we can't be there today.
I admire my dad's courage and compassion. He lives out God's love in his entire life, and he inspires me to do the same.